What's up, beautiful people? Welcome back to part 26 of our Pokemon Unbreakable Ties walkthrough. The previous video was absolutely jam-packed. We got to find out the backstory behind Edward and Queen Lena. It was a tragic story. If you missed that episode, definitely go back and give it a watch. We also battled one of the royal family bodyguards, William, which was really cool. He has a super strong team, so that was an intense battle. But in today's video, we're back in the hideout with the whole crew. We're still trying to find out the best plan to try take down the royal family and free Derek. But here it looks like Ida and Angie are about to have a battle and do some training, which is going to be an absolutely crazy battle. As you guys know, Angie Stones is quite a strong trainer. We have lost to her before. But now Ida's got Blaziken, and they're talking about Mega Evolution. It looks like Angie Stones already can Mega Evolve. Hopefully this is a sign that we ourselves will be able to Mega Evolve. So it looks like Ida has sent her Blaziken out, and the Elite Four Angie Stones has sent out her Toxtricity, which is level 65. Her level is still far ahead above Ida's. And she has Mega Evolved, and it looks like she's just going to knock out Ida's team. Most of her team are still under level 50, so it's not even a close battle. She doesn't stand a chance. Two of her Pokemon have been knocked out. And before the battle can finish, Flips has entered. We have entered the building. They are surprised to see us, but we see Queen Amethyst instead of Angie Stones. It looks like we might be hallucinating. We're having some kind of dizzy spell again. So I don't know what's really going on. But we've come to our senses. Now we see that it's Angie and Ida. And we're curious. We want to know where Rudolfo is. Angie doesn't really know who Rudolfo is, but we explain it's a kid with the spiky hair. And they don't know where Rudolfo is, but we better go and try and find him. And it's so funny, Ida said she's lucky that the battle was stopped because she was winning. Ida didn't stand a chance. Angie was completely demolishing her. But now we're going to try and leave the hideout, I think, and try and find Rudolfo. Perhaps he's got a bit more new information or another plan set up. We'll try find where he is. So we're just going to leave the casino now and be on the hunt. So I wonder where Rudolfo could be. The city is so big. But we do get some clues. It suggests that we go and chat to some citizens of Lugano City, and maybe they will be able to give us some information if they have seen Rudolfo. So we got to look for citizens with a little blue check above them, and those are the people that would have seen Rudolfo recently. So here's our first person we have found, but it doesn't look like he even speaks English. So that doesn't really help. Okay, but he does give us some information, but he says we got to battle him first. So let's see what he's got. Okay, he's got a level 52 Pyroar, the male version, which looks way cooler in my opinion, which is quite a strong Pokemon. And it just about knocks out my Cerulege, so that's not good news. But we're going to send out our Milotic now. Our water attack should make light work of it. Hits us with a flamethrower, it doesn't do much. Our Surf one-shots it. And the next Pokemon he sends out is a Furfro, which is also level 52. Luckily, he's only got 2 Pokemon. And with Milotic holding leftovers, we still get to heal a little bit each turn. We have frozen Furfro and then knocked it out. So hopefully he will give us information now. Let's see what he says. He says the people in this region are very strong. You best believe it, boy. And he tells us he spotted Rudolfo on Route 19. So I guess it's to Route 19 we will go. I believe Route 19 is up here if I'm not mistaken. Might have to check the map if it's not. But yes, this is Route 19. So let's see what Pokemon we can find in this area. Some cool, interesting ones. Ninetales, Hypno. Some cool ones. You might want to pick up a few. Maybe add 1 or 2 to your team. We are gonna keep collecting wood pieces wherever we find them because we need the money. And here we've encountered another gimme ghoul, so we're gonna try and knock it out and see if it leaves us a coin. We've only found 1 coin in the entire game so far. So if you are looking to evolve gimme ghoul, it can be quite tough to find one of those gold coins. But I did make a whole video on how to evolve gimme ghoul. So check out the playlist for Pokemon Unbreakable Ties in my channel. You will find the video there, as well as a full playthrough. I am gonna try and complete the entire game. I believe there isn't all that much more to do in this update, so we're probably gonna finish off Unbreakable Ties, or put it on ice at least, until the next update releases. But let's keep continuing Route 19. Here's a nurse that can heal our Pokemon, so this might be a great place for you to do some training. You can battle a whole bunch of wild Pokemon and any trainers in the area, and just come and heal your Pokemon easily with the nurse. Route 19 is also a little bit of a maze. I was quite lost in this route, but I think I've figured it out. You have to come and battle this little witch lady, and you can go up north next to her, which I didn't realize at first. There is also a little cave that you can enter here. It looks absolutely epic, but there's not all that much in it. You just get HMO4, which is strength, but I don't think we're able to use it yet. We might have to defeat the next gym leader, but you don't want to miss this one. You definitely are going to need strength moving forward in the game, so don't forget to collect that. But then I was continuing this section of the route, and it kind of comes to a dead end, so I was like, where on earth are we supposed to go? But then I realized by that witch lady, you can go up by her, and that's how you get to the next section of the map. There are a couple trainers to battle along the way, so you might want to strengthen some of the weaker Pokemon in your team. And there is a few little hidden items about, like here, once you've surfed across these 2 little dams, you can find Max Revive. But now finally it looks like we've come to the end of the route, and this guy said there was a child with a Ditto on his head that went to the cemetery. So it looks like we're on the right path. That must be Rudolfo. So we're going to enter the cemetery and see if we can find him here. I wonder what he is doing in the cemetery. It's pretty creepy, but there must be a reason for him being here. And here are some of the Pokemon you can catch in this area. A few ghost and psychic type Pokemon. And it looks like there's quite a few people in the cemetery, all mourning the deceased relatives and friends. So you can come and chat to them a bit. It's not like it's a very quiet cemetery. There's a few people out and about. Still no sign of Rudolfo yet. And this lady even looks like she works for the royal family, which is surprising. But we're going to keep exploring. Rudolfo's got to be somewhere around here, or at least there's got to be another person that has seen him. All the people that you chat to, no one has really given us an item or anything. Here we've just found TM79 Retaliate. But other than that, not much. And here we have found the Queen of Akebia's tombstone. That's Queen Lena from the previous episode. So she was buried by that big black tombstone there. And we have finally found Rudolfo. He's here with Salazzle. This is actually Commander Vesta's Salazzle, and it looks like Salazzle's really missing Vesta and still trying to protect her. He isn't leaving her side, which is so heartbreaking. What a loyal Pokemon. Not even death can break Salazzle's bond with Vesta, which is absolutely incredible. But now, finally, Rudolfo finds us here. He realizes we are outside spying on him. And he says he also wants to try and fulfill his friend Shadow's last wishes. So he's kind of living half for Shadow. If you missed the episode about the abandoned orphanage, you must go and watch it. It is the craziest episode in the entire game. But now Rudolfo asks, why are we all the way out here? We tell him we were concerned about him. We thought he was missing. And he tells us now we should go and meet up with him in the poor neighborhood. He said we can go and find out a bit more information and he'll be waiting there for us. So I've got no idea where the poor neighborhood is, but I think we've got to go all the way back to Lugano City. Maybe there's an area there that we have missed. We have just flown back to Lugano City and we've made it to the center, Lugano Center. And if you travel south, you will reach the poor neighborhood. Here we jump to another cutscene of how Rudolfo found Ditto, which should be really interesting. Rudolfo looks really hungry. He says at least he's found some bread. Looks like Rudolfo is out on the streets. This must be right after he ran away from the abandoned orphanage. And here he's found Ditto in the garbage. And he even offers Ditto his bread that he found, which is surprising because Rudolfo is so hungry that he would rather give it to Ditto. This has made Ditto really happy. So it looks like now they are slowly becoming friends. So it's interesting. This is how Rudolfo and Ditto became mates and met each other. It's when Rudolfo had ran away from the orphanage and was out on the streets. And it looks like Ditto wants to follow along now. He's happy he's made a friend. So that's why Rudolfo wanted to bring us to the poor neighborhood. He wanted to tell us his story and show us where he met Ditto and possibly where he was staying. He was probably sleeping here in the poor neighborhood. But now it looks like we got to go back to the hideouts. We're going to go see who's all back there and if anyone else has got some new information. It's kind of like a meetup point for the whole squad. We've been away for quite a while, so everyone might be back there waiting for us. So back into the casino we go, and back to the back room. We're going to hop in the elevator. The story in this game is incredible. It is quite a story-based game, I've realized. And now it looks like we've jumped to another cutscene of Derek being a prisoner in the royal palace. And it looks like the king and the bodyguard is here, and even Princess Alama or Professor Alama, however you'd want to call her, she's also here, and her sister Estella is also here. So it looks like a family reunion. And Estella says she wants to know where the Latios orb is, and only Professor Alama knows where it is. But she said she's never going to tell them, and that's the one thing that Estella really wants. They kind of want the legendary Pokemon, Latios and Latios. But Professor Alama is not willing to give up that information at all. But Estella has got a plan along with the king. So they're going to get the bodyguard to try and torture Derek. So William sends out his Machamp, and Machamp starts punching Derek, and hopefully this will persuade Professor Alama to speak up. They know the only way Professor Alama will give them the information is if they hurt someone else. She doesn't want to be responsible for anyone else's pain. She's very caring. So eventually she agrees. She said, okay, I will tell you the info that you want to know. And now outside the palace, it looks like there's kind of like protest going on. with all the civilians of Lugano City. They've all had enough of the royal family and their wicked ways. And William went to go sort them out, and they all ended up in hospital the next day. Can you believe it? All of those citizens got beat up by Machamp. Seems Machamp is quite a beast. I wouldn't want to take a punch from him. And he's also got like 4 arms, so you can get punched 4 times at once, which is crazy. But now we've made it back to the hideout, and the whole crew is here. Looks like everyone is here. And we're going to keep discussing the plans of what we're going to do next. Edward says we have 3 main objectives. The first one is to go rescue Derek, of course. The second one is to try and do so without Latios being captured. And the third one is to try and keep the celestial flute out of the hands of the royal family, because apparently that can summon the legendary Pokemon Rayquaza. So they need to try and find and keep the celestial flute, which is absolutely insane. Rayquaza is such a strong Pokemon. If the royal family get that, we'll be in big trouble. At least everyone now understands what the mission and game plan is. And Edward also wants to give us a bit more information on the royal family, which might come in really handy. He gives us some information about their chain of command and how strong each person is in the royal family. So here you can see like the pyramid of the royal family, and who's stronger is ranked higher up in the royal family. Right at the top is the king, and Amethyst is just below them. And now everyone's trying to figure out how we can actually get into the royal palace. We can't just go breaking through the gates. That's obviously not going to work. There's a lot of strong people in the royal family and working for them. But they've got an idea. They say that we might be able to enter the palace through the sewers. And the people can't believe it, the stinky, smelly sewers. But yes, that's probably the best plan. Go through the sewers and we can try secretly enter the royal palace from there. So it looks like that's what the game plan is. We're going to try and find the entrance into the sewers now. Rudolfo says he does know the sewers pretty well. And here in the hideout, still part of the casino, Angie Stones tells us that we can enter the sewers from this section, and Celeste also tells us that we can enter the sewers from here and that she will come with us. She's a bit too scared to go into the sewers alone, so at least there's 2 of us here, and she can't believe we actually have to enter this pipe to get into the sewers, but we are doing it. We've got to try and save Derek. So we are finally in the sewers. We have reached the first section, which is Sewers A. And there's some awesome poison type Pokemon that you can find and catch in here. If any of these Pokemon interest you, now is your time to catch them. And also to train up your team. We've got to level up our Pokemon and be ready for the royal family. So there are a couple trainers in here to battle. We're going to battle this first one just to see what Pokemon and what level the trainers are at. And as you can see, they sent out an Arbok and a Drapion around level 53. So you want to have your Pokemon around level 55 to 60 by the time you exit the sewers. So we will do a bit of training here. There's a lot of people to battle. There's a lot of wild Pokemon. But yes, I do recommend try have most of your Pokemon be around level 60 by the time of exiting the sewers. And the sewers are kind of like a little puzzle. Okay, our Knackley has just evolved too into Knacklesack. That's the latest addition to our team. I'm not sure if I'm going to keep it in the team or how strong it is. I just thought I would try it out. But it's really cool that it evolved now. But like I was saying, the sewers are a bit of a maze. It's kind of like a puzzle. So if you have gotten lost or confused in the sewers. Just keep following along and we'll help you through it. We are going to try and battle a few wild Pokemon and catch a couple. Here we've battled an Ariados and a Salazzle. We're going to try and catch this Ariados. We threw out an Ultra Ball and booyah, we caught it. So we are going to try catch a whole bunch of Pokemon off camera. There are some strong ones in here. But here we've also found another woman here with her Pokemon. And we have found another room when you go up this little ladder. So we've reached Zone C of the sewers now. You do want to pay attention of where everything is. It can be a bit confusing. We entered in Zone A. This is now Zone C. And now our newly evolved Knucklesack is evolving again. It's evolved into Garganacl. So it's evolved twice now. We've leveled it up like crazy. It's reached its final evolution. But as you can see here in Zone C, if you try go down the ladder, it's filled with water, so we can't walk through that section. There must be a way to try cut off the water supply that will dry up the water so we can pass through that area. So there must be some kind of valve or something that we can shut to block the water, or some way to change the flow of the water or something, I'm guessing. But we're going to keep exploring the other routes that we haven't explored. It looks like this ladder takes us back out to Lugano City where we picked up a TM. So that's obviously not the way we need to go. And here we've encountered two Salandits again. I do want to try catch one, but it is tough to catch them when you are partnered up with someone. But let's see if we can give it a go this time. Salazzle is a really cool Pokemon, but I think only the males evolve. I think it's either only the males or the females, but one of them only evolves. Maybe it's only the females, sorry. We're going to keep exploring. Here we have reached Zone B of the sewers now, so this is a new section for us. We have been to Zone A, C, and now B. Here we've entered another little room, and it looks like there's a valve here that we can possibly go back to and close. When I first entered there, I didn't realize that you can actually go turn the water off, but we are going to go back to that as soon as we've reached the next section. So here there is also another little path you can cross, and we've met some cosplayer Ninja Turtle guys. Here's cosplayer Michelangelo, and there's also cosplayer Leonardo, and it looks like they're down for a battle. They also give us some nunchuckers, which is quite funny. Oh, this isn't cosplayer Leonardo, it's Donatello, sorry. But we're gonna skip back to this little section, and now we're gonna actually turn the valve. So I'm hoping this might change the water supply that we went and saw earlier on. But now we're going to go back to Donatello and Leonardo here and try go back to this little room. And yes, here the water has all dried up now that we have closed that valve, so we can actually make our way to this new section. So that is the key. You do have to find that area and turn the water off. And I think there's even another valve that we have to find somewhere to shut off as well. But there are always new trainers to battle in these sections too. And here we have found another place to shut off a valve. So yes, we're going to do that. And it says the water has dropped even lower now, which is good. So that's probably opened up another new path for us. And this ladder also takes us out to Lugano City, another little secret area. But there's only one last path for us to take here. And whoa, who is this? Okay, we've met cosplayer Leonardo. So this is actually Leonardo. And it seems he might want to battle. Other two didn't want to battle us. But let's see if Leonardo is down to battle. That'll be quite interesting. And he is, so it looks like we're battling a Ninja Turtle. cosplayer Leonardo's got 3 Pokemon, and the first Pokemon he sends out is Blastoise, level 55. Wow, that's a crazy Pokemon to have in your team. Cosplayer Leonardo might be super strong, actually. It's pretty funny that the cosplayers are down in the sewers where the Ninja Turtles live. They're really doing a good job of their cosplay. But we've nearly knocked out Blastoise. Another attack or 2 and it should be done. So let's see who else cosplayer Leonardo has in his team. Blastoise is out the way. A lot of my team are leveling up nicely now. And the next Pokemon he's sending out is Caracosta, which is like a turtle Pokemon. It's kind of like a fossil Pokemon. It's really cool. It's not a very popular Pokemon, but it is quite underrated. I haven't actually played with it before, but it would be interesting to add it to my team in one of these playthroughs. And his final Pokemon is Doublade, because of course Leonardo uses the swords. So here instead of the swords he's using Doublade. That's genius. And it looks like he's given us some sewer keys. So there must be a room that we are not able to enter, but now we will be able to enter them with the keys. So I suppose we've got to go back and check which rooms were blocked. Now we'll be able to unlock them. So we're going to backtrack a bit and see if there's anything that we missed. I don't think we explored this western side. Here we've come out to another section of Lugano 2. And it looks like there's a man doing some fishing here. It's an interesting spot to go and fish. But we're going to keep exploring the western wing here. And here this person says that Liberty's room should just be a little bit ahead. And we've entered Zone D of the sewers now, which is another new area. So we got more people to battle here and more things to explore. We've picked up another TM. And there's another room here with another valve. So yes, we're going to turn this valve, and it says the water in Zone D has risen a little. So I think we might have to figure out a way to make it rise even more. So there must be one more valve for us to turn. And here, if you make it into this little room, there's another valve for you to turn. So yes, we're going to turn it, and now it says the water level is extremely high in level D. So let's see what that's done. We're going to go up north here. And there's another cosplayer Ninja Turtle guy. That must be Raphael. And this trainer says that Liberty's room is a little bit ahead. So maybe we can reach it now that the water level is high. Okay, we've entered another little room with a valve, so we're going to turn that too and see what that's done. We have hopped back down to Zone C, and it says final now, so it looks like we must just about be done. And if you go up north here, you'll now be able to cross this little bridge to the secret door, and it looks like there's another bridge to enter a room, and it asks if we want to enter. There's a powerful force inside. And finally we have found Liberty. Here he is in his room, and it looks like he's got a pretty cool room here. He's got a computer set up, he's got a bed with a Vaporeon and a Snorlax, and Liberty is naked. He's not wearing any pants. So this is completely scared Celeste and myself. What an interesting character. He does look pretty jacked though. But what a funny character in the game. And Celeste wants him to put clothes on, but he says, why should I put clothes? He's so comfortable in his skin. So I guess we're gonna have to just try and not look. But he's agreed. He's put on a suit for us, so at least we can talk to him without being embarrassed. Liberty definitely seems like one of the funnier characters in the game. But we come down here and we trying to get Liberty to help us rescue Derek from the royal family and join us and be on our team. But he doesn't seem too interested in that. He doesn't like the royal family either. But it's going to take more than that for him to join us. He likes to keep to himself. But it turns out we got a little trick up our sleeve. It seems that he has a crazy crush on Sakura. He knows every single thing about her. He remembers anything and everything about Sakura, so he's absolutely obsessed with her, and that could play in our favor. Here he even tells us an entire breakdown of what Sakura does in her day. He remembers every single little aspect at every single time, so he's completely obsessed with that girl. So I think we can twist his arm. We can try and get him to join our side as long as we assure him that Sakura is joining us too. If he can reunite with Sakura, that will be all the motivation he needs to join us. It's an interesting tactic, but it's all we got. So if that's what it takes, that's what we're gonna do. So Liberty thinks about it. First he was very against it, but now that he hears that Sakura is gonna be with us, he's having a change of mind. So it looks like our plan is finally working. Liberty will be joining our team just so that he can see Sakura. But he is apparently really strong, so that's going to be great. But it looks like we need to return to the hideout. We also have to make our way to the shopping center. Apparently we can go there to pick up some costumes. We might need some suits or something when we try enter the royal palace so that we aren't spotted so easily. So I think that's the next thing that we need to do. We need to leave the sewers. There's a couple items for here that you want to pick up before you leave. But when you do leave, you can return and go to the shopping center. It's the place right next to where you come out of the sewers. And you're going to want to make your way all the way to the top floor, the 7th floor. Here you can pick up the costumes. But I think we're going to end things off here. It's been a long one. Thanks for watching.